Welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 25. Today we're going to be doing another fantasy draft challenge rebuild, this time suggested by longtime viewer Funky Ghost, who says that we should be drafting the highest rated player followed by the worst rated player, which we would alternate between rounds. Now, to add to that, hopefully I'm not going to, he was like, no, you're ruining it, please. I'm going to add to that a little bit, or maybe even subtract to that a little bit, as I'm going to make it where you can choose the highest or lowest by position. I'm not going to have it where it's just the highest and the lowest on the top 100. I feel like you kind of have to do that because otherwise the top, sure, 99 overall, the highest overall is going to be good, but the bottom is always going to be still kind of a high overall. So we're gaining the ability to kind of choose, but we're also losing the low end, right? So our low end is going to be low, but our high end might be slightly higher. So for the first 5 rounds, maybe we're able to get some decent picks, but after that, it's going to be all negative, right? As, once again, in the top 100, the front page, you will get some 70s, 80s, but if we have to go per position, oof, we're going to get some 60s and 70s at best. So if you guys end up enjoying this video, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff on the channel, and the biggest thing you can do is, like Funky Ghost did, suggest something in the comment section below. I have a couple of them that I have, kind of tagged down for the future, so don't think that just because it's been a week or so since he suggested it that it's not going to happen, because that's what's happened here. 6 days ago, 7 days ago, boom, here we are. Regardless, let's start the draft, which we end up with pick 7. Interesting. So based on overall, you could get a Jared Goff. That's literally who you get, 29-year-old Jared Goff. I don't hate that. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate it, but I don't know. Also, Jordan Love's an 86 in-game. I'm a Packers fan, but man, there's some inconsistencies there that I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Darnold should be way higher than an 81, I'll tell you that much. But let's move across the positions. If we want running back, we have to go Henry. If we want fullback, oh my, just stop the presses right here where we know what we're doing. We're going to start with highest, then go to lowest. Like he said, Justin Jefferson. I'm sorry to tell you. I am sorry to tell you, but Justin Jefferson, I forgot they still have this. I think to fix this, you go by age. Age is overall. Overall is age, maybe? I'm not even sure. But let's take a look at right tackle. It's decent. Nick Bosa. Ooh, Nick Bosa. I like Justin Jefferson a lot. But at the same time, edge. Passing up. Micah Parsons, too. I forgot. We're at pick 7. So we have a choice. I think there's 3 players. Micah Parsons. Myles Garrett, I guess 4, Nick Bosa, or Justin Jefferson, dude. I really like Justin Jefferson, dude. I don't know. We're the Raiders, so I'm trying to think if there's any, specific ties to that. Micah Parsons as an edge rusher would be insane. I think you got to go offense. This is an offense-driven league. As much as pass rushers are very, very important, probably the 3rd most important position in the entire league, I gotta go with wide receiver. I gotta go offense. I would say most important would go QB, wide receiver, edge. Right? I think that's what I would think. Maybe a left tackle would be up there too, perhaps. But yeah, that's my opinion at least. Best quarterback could go Stafford. I don't think so. Running back still Derrick Henry. Best wide receiver Mike Evans. Not really feeling it. Travis Kelce perhaps. Trent Williams no. Just too old. I'm sorry, Trent. It's nothing against you. Matabike, okay. Oh no, we're going lowest now. I almost sold. But the big problem with this is it is going to take a long time to get to the bottom. Oh. We've solved it. Thank God. What a genius. Tyler Beatty, maybe. Wide receiver would be another position that maybe. Oh, Troy Franklin, dude. I think he's normal now, but I might be doubling up on wide receiver here. Umati. Oh, it could have been Jerry Jones, man. Anyone else? I actually really like this. I hope, Funky Ghost is just chilling with me doing it the way I'm doing it here. Because I think this is more fun. Because, just for an example, I get Malik Neighbors. That's my bad round. It's like, okay, dude. I don't know about that now. But yeah, I think based on just best available, it's going to have to be Troy Franklin. 21-year-old Troy Franklin. We're going to try to develop him as our number 2. And then realistically, we're not going to spend another draft pick on a wide receiver until really late, as now we are into another good best pick round. Still no Derrick Henry gone, which sucks because I think we're going to lose a lot of chances at running back because of him. It's really unfortunate, but what can you do? We did not get edge, so I would like to go edge if possible. Oh, Will Anderson was there. That's the problem with this now, is that the best players are all older. Ooh, Witherspoon. Witherspoon might be the guy. You got some good safeties, too. 28? 27. Witherspoon's going to be very, very hard to pass on. I know it's round 3, but, like, what do I do? How old is Chris Jones? He's like 30 now, isn't he? I could still rock with 30, though. I think we're probably going to go Chris Jones. Going to go with a little bit of age for once. If we plan on doing a 5-year rebuild, we might lose him for that final season. That's fine. Chris Jones is so good. All right, we now move on to the worst, which even then would still be Rome Odunze. So, yeah, like I said, I think this is the better way to do it, personally. What about quarterback? Obviously, we can't take the best, so it would be Russell Wilson. So, yeah, we're so screwed. You got to take quarterback early, which we could have had Jared Goff. Maybe that was the smart call, but I didn't do it. Oh, Joe Mixon, star dev. We are not going to have a running back. Why am I going best again? I'm going to mess this up. I wanted to look at QB, and I threw myself off. We got to go by overall lowest. I almost sell again. Somebody's got to stop me. I'm going to make a mistake. Bohanna, maybe. No, middle linebacker. Brandon Smith might be the guy. I almost took him the other round, so the fact that he's still there. Alontae Taylor, how old is he now? 24? 25. Why? One away from Rakestraw, but I think this is going to go to Brandon Smith. I think Brandon Smith's actually a guy that I could actually use. He's 23. Whatever. I got to take a bad player anyways, so what can I do? I got to make the executive decision, if you will. We are now on to the good again. Running back Joe Mixon, still the top dog. Drake London still there, and Njoku's still the number 1. And Njoku's superstar, though, right? So you would hope he would go before McBride, but I still don't think that's going to give us, that position. Laramie Tunsil's 30. You could definitely get away with that. Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. You got both of the Lions. Kirby Joseph, 91 zone, 88 speed. I actually think we might be going safety here. I think that's the best available. Brian Branch is a little younger, but I'm going to go someone new. Kirby Joseph, league leader in interceptions. Welcome to the team. Hopefully you can do that for us. Looks like we're going to be taking the L with, I suppose you could put Carson Steele at fullback. I think that's where he's normally at in game anyways. Carson Steele. What about QB? Any options? Rodgers. Was he even, normal? Star Dev Rodgers. Oh, God. Well, QB's never happening, unfortunately. Jacobs. Ooh. Oh, but he's only star, man. The thing is, you can see the way this lineup is running. This is our only chance at truly a good running back. So there is a very good chance that is who we're taking. But I have got to cross all my T's and dot my I's and all the opposites and whatnot. Just got to make sure. Damn, this is going to be a tough rebuild. We might actually fail this. Josh Jacobs, I think, is by far the best option here. 26. So if we can get a dev up or two, of course, back to the Raiders, we could get him back to Superstar or X-Factor. I think just pure value-wise, he is by far the best. I kind of have no choice. I'm going to take Tyler Shelvin. I can't believe he's 26 already. I remember, he was kind of like a steal gem on one of our Maddens. I honestly think by default, I've got to go Elton Jenkins. I'm not even a huge fan of this pick at all, but, who do I take outside of Elton Jenkins? Everyone else is even older. Granderson's not really developable. DJ Reader's, right up there. Bobby Wagner's a 1-year player. Milano, he's 28 now probably too. 30? Damn, yeah, I guess Elton Jenkins, he's the guy that's going to last the longest for us. Ooh, the draft is already, it is at that point now. I'm almost half tempted to actually take Rodgers one of these times, but even then, it's pointless, because why would I want to make our draft pick worse for no reason? Bub Means, he's not quite the youth I would want to go for. Justin Shorter, the wide receiver? I'm down. I'm just simply down. Oh, you don't say. Kyle Pitts is the highest overall at tight end right now. That is not only awesome, but surprising. I really thought he would have definitely went way before being the top ever. Thought somebody older would have sat there for a while, but no, Kyle Pitts. That's a good pick. Hey, we got the youngster from, Minnesota, I believe he plays for the Vikings, right? Also, I don't care that much, but I probably also should have had it where, if it's a tie between two players, like you can see here with Hargrave and Grover Stewart, that I should probably just be allowed to choose, but so far it really doesn't seem to matter. I'm just choosing the guy that's at the top anyways of the best of the two. Might be a Grover Stewart. I just don't like the longevity there, so maybe it is better just to take O-line. Jake has got to be like 33, 32, damn. But once again, we're down to that point where is there really a good option? You know, I don't really think there is going to be. Yeah, I mean, I guess best available is going to be Trent Brown, in my opinion. 31-year-old, huge Trent Brown. It's very good. Just, what do we get, 2 years out of him before he's like 81 overall? I don't even know who this is, but Kendall Brooks, not actually a bad player. He's, I should probably actually show you guys he is the bottom. Okay, well, that's just, that looked very odd for a moment. Come on, man. Thank you. Kendall Brooks. He's 24. If he was a little younger, maybe, but we got somebody. That's not a bad one either. 26. Okay, we're seeing some a little resurgence from the O-line at least. Bobby Wagner's still there. Once again, it's a one-year player. I'm not really jumping at that too often, so I guess we're down to Damian Lewis or Spencer Brown. I like Spencer Brown a little bit more because he's obviously a big dude, but I also don't know if I need that position. I guess we do need 2 tackles, right? Let's go Spencer Brown. And you know what? We're going to do the classic thing where I'm going to start moving the needle a little bit, hopefully, with taking someone like Marco Wilson, because 70 overall is not bad for our bad round, per se. And hopefully that moves it a little bit. I'm just going to take Rodgers. I guess he's 40 years old, but he's a fun name. I guess we'll take Rodgers. Man, it gets depressing after round like 12. And Danny Gray's been there for a while. I guess I'll take Danny Gray at worst. He's a special teamer. And it's getting pretty sad out here. The best available is Steve Avila. I mean, he's okay, but really everyone else is 30 plus and like no higher than 81, 82 overall, which at that age is not really worth it. Ooh, Luke McCaffrey in the bottom. Could actually be our number 3. I'll take him. He's mine. And even though I don't think David Bakhtiari should be playing anymore, he's the best available. He really is. So 32-year-old, 83 overall David Bach. Is there a corner here? Ooh, DeCamerion Richardson. Speedy 6'2", 23-year-old. Welcome. Sort of, kind of nearing the end of this one, as we're probably not going to show you much more after we have our literal starters in. Cam Robinson might be best available as well. And then go Calais if he's still there in the future. Cam Robinson, 28 years old, young enough. I do like these types of challenge rebuilds, though, because we get a bunch of players we're not used to, right? Like, we got 1 or 2 that we know. The rest are, like, nobodies. And you know what? I'm going to start cheesing a little bit. We're going to go Andrew Booth to play safety. I like him as a safety. I like him as a free safety. And screw it, we're going Calais Campbell, dude. Where do I play him, though? Because he's not really an interior, but he's got the size of an interior. I'm going to play him on the edge. But Dial, we know him in our Patriots franchise. We're just dialing it up at DB, especially corner. Oh, crap. Nick Cross is there. If I take Micah Hyde like I just did, Nick Cross could be there on the next cycle if I'm lucky. And I've done a couple of these now, and yet I'm selling it anyways. Why? Oh, Miles Harden. We're going with another DB. All right, I mean, whether Nick Cross is there or not, we probably don't need a safety, but if he is, I'm going to have to take him. I mean, any one of these guys could play safety. Oh, we have plenty of safeties. This is why you pay attention. We are absolutely going Dorian Williams. And then if Nick Cross is there, another cycle will take him, but I doubt he will be. Okay, for the pure memes, Lil Jordan Humphrey, obviously, is going to be a pick of ours. The memes! I don't even think he's the slowest in the game anymore, by the way. 84 speed? Psh. Dude's blazing. I guess we'll go Adam Thielen. Why not? He's not going to be used, but he's got a mentor tag, I imagine. I'm wasting a pick on a fullback here. I'm not really wasting, but you know what I mean. I'm kind of wasting the overall because I don't really need anyone there. And the worst part is we got 2 players that are like kind of draftable / usable behind 2 high overalls. Justin Houston has a Jabo sitting on behind him, and then Bud Dupree has Damone Clark behind him. I guess I'll go Bud Dupree because I actually kind of like him for a mentor anyways. And if I can get Clark, that'd be great. Whereas, if I go the other way, I don't really... I like Bud Dupree a little bit better because he's faster, And now we're going to go Kiki QT, one of the kind of Texans gems for a while in-game. We could develop him for a while because he was super young. Let's take a look if we got ourselves Clark or not. We do if we want him. But yeah, at this point, I'm just going to start showing you who we're drafting. I should have been doing that for a while now rather than the whole process of me thinking, these guys are all backups for the most part, and, early replacement guys. Jared Clark, 6'3", got some strength, young enough, I suppose. All right, here we are with the punter. I'm going to use one of my best available picks on punter. Is his name Raycow? I'm not even sure. I am unfamiliar with your game, but very good kick power. Random DT, Chris Williams. And watch, we're going to go for a Jabo by doing the classic. Take a guy that's kind of higher, then go and wait, and then grab him a few rounds from now. We've got a chance to get him. Who the hell is that? That guy looks fast. I'm willing to take whoever at this rate. McCrary Ball. Seems like a DB that's moved to linebacker. If we get a Jabo here, that, kind of finishes our edge room and allows me to kind of just sim off. There we go. A Jabo, how old is he? Oh, he's 24. Okay. Maybe there's a chance. Could be a chance for him to start. The rest, though, I'm just going to be simming back and forth. Not simming, but choosing back and forth. And then calling it there, pretty much. Before we look at the team for the Season 1, before we look at the depth chart for Season 1, we did make a trade, David Bakhtiari, to the Cardinals for a 3rd-round pick. But here it is. This is the team. We had extra linemen, so we ended up trading them. And right now, we've got everyone else in place. Cam Robinson's playing right guard. Ellen Jenkins sticking at left guard. Avila, the smallest of the bunch, at center. Trent Brown and Spencer Brown at the tackle spots. So they're both 6'8", massive monsters. Kyle Pitts, tight end 1. Franklin's supposed to be my number 2 wide receiver, and I think that's how we're going to keep it, with McCaffrey at 3, and then obviously Justin Jefferson at number 1. Hoping Jacobs can, get that dev up, and then Rodgers, I took him just because why not? You can't say I'm selling on purpose now. Do have to change this to a 4-3, so forget Dupree. It'll be, and that won't even be Smith either. Why is Dupree here, actually? It's supposed to be Clark, Muasau, and Dorian Williams. And then the safeties, corners, all that stuff will be the same. D-line as Emi Ajabo and Golston on the edges, with Chris Jones and Calais Campbell at DT. $144 million. Obviously, Chris Jones is going to be on that list. I think we can get him at a cheaper evaluation if we just do the minimum years now and then just, re-sign him down the line. So that's what we're going to do. Don't think it's going to be a much cheaper evaluation, but still a cheaper one nonetheless. And then of all these other players, maybe the special teamers, but Ajabo is really like the only other guy that I think really has a chance, right? Maybe Hardy. If they're really low, like these base contracts, obviously I'll re-sign, but I'm not going to re-sign them unless they actually look promising. Like, what is Ajabo season? I need at least 4 sacks here. Damn it, you're killing me, Ajabo. You didn't even get me. Well, you got me half, but barely half. Yeah, okay, we're going to have to do the 2 years. Now that I'm thinking about it, we just won't have the draft picks to re-sign fix every position in one go. So, we'll keep some. Hey, look, Rodgers leading the Raiders to a similar season to the Jets. He promised it all, and he gave us nothing. Let's take a look at what he looks like. 6-11. We won a couple of games near the end, but at least, we kind of held our pick decently high. Probably going to be going quarterback, right? Rodgers is going to be retired. But yeah, look at those. Ooh, 5 wins of the last 8. What are you, trying to make a comeback? Please stop. But let's take a look at the stats anyways. Rodgers, 23 touchdowns, 12 picks, 33 yards. Wow. We did run the Raiders scheme in fairness. Jacobs, please tell me that's good enough for superstar. Jefferson had a worse year than Franklin, despite having similar catches, just worse efficiency. Blocking was actually better than I would have expected. Defensively, any sack numbers? Calais was great. Chris Jones was solid. William Golston was pretty good. Ajabo, I'm not going to talk about it. Micah Hyde was amazing, but, he's one of the oldest DBs we got. I paid Chad Ryland. I paid Raycow, and they're both good. Raycow, I don't know. I don't really care, okay? Any rookie awards, as Josh Allen was drafted by the Bills, gets an award win on top of it. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Drake May of the Colts. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Peyton Wilson of the Ravens. Don't know if we got any dev-ups, but we got ourselves a decent draft pick, so, we got something going for ourselves. Can someone tell me why Rodgers didn't retire? We lost, a lot of pass rushers, especially Calais Campbell, who had a really good year, but Rodgers decided to stick around after a terrible season. I am not, some pushover GM that's like, yeah, it's Rodgers. He was great at one point. No, you're out. You're out, buddy. Okay, I'm going to grab a new quarterback. Defensively, dev-ups, the only dev-up we got was Clark, which is really disappointing. And then offensively, obviously, we didn't really do it well enough to get any dev ups outside of maybe Jacobs, who unfortunately did not get one. Let's go into re-signings, see if there's anyone there. I mean, there's not even a point in looking because we know we have everyone signed, that we don't need to re-sign anybody here. I mean, we got everyone. Yes, we got some backups, but these are going to be the levels of talent anyways that are going to be available across the board. I'll probably have higher overalls than that for base contract after free agency's over. There's going to be so many running backs in here. There's no way every team signs one. But let's see, 114 mil, see if there's anything worth going for. Once again, talking about a lot of running backs. Jake Matthews, a free agent. Ramondre Stevenson, you got some safety edge. Once again, a billion different running backs that we just don't need. Trey Benson, however, I think is worth it. I think I'm willing to give him a 7-year 35, even if he isn't like a guy that I use as a starter. Oh, man, the Saints, dude. I was going to say, at that evaluation, I mean, it's worth just paying him. Maybe he ends up becoming a starter for us if Jacobs regresses, whatever it may be. I think it's worth it, but of course it might be irrelevant because we might not get him. And then every other position, there's some okay players here, but they're all kind of like older veterans. I'd rather just rock with the youthful guys we have and slowly develop them. All right, we offered a bunch of different players. Let's see if we get any of them. We should get a few, and we do not get Benson, unfortunately. We get a 4-year 20 for Chow Smith-Wade, and then Mason Smith, a 3-year 15, eyeing up a 1-year 4 for Zach Harrison, just to have a backup plan at edge. It's really the whole plan for free agency since it was kind of weak anyways. We should have a top 10 pick at 6 and 11. Maybe not. Maybe slightly outside. Nope, top 10, pick 8. Arizona's pick was also not as good as they were kind of projecting, so definitely don't feel as bad about that trade. But yeah, quarterback is the position we have super scouted, so if there's anyone decent, we should easily be able to spot them. Wide receiver, I don't think is big enough of a need, especially with a 22-year-old Troy Franklin as the number 2 spot. O-line always going to be a problem, but mainly QB, edge, and a bunch of other defenders. All right, pick 8, we had scouted a few quarterbacks, and we got a 2-3, a 1-2, and a 3-4. I mean, Robertson looks great. I would take him for sure. I wouldn't say great. He looks good, right? He's got the A's and the B's and whatnot, and the good throw power. Then we have a Homan, Jackson Homan. A couple of B's, a couple of A's, good throw power as well, decently fast, round 1 projected. Then we have James Leach, who's looking a bit worse for wear, but pretty athletic, very good throw power, some okay ratings, a 3-4, which I don't know if I feel great about it. I, however, will not be trading up for a QB, so if there is no one there at 8, so be it. It's just destined. Homan goes 1 overall. Okay, so very glad we didn't wait around. Put it that way. Problem is, you do have Robertson. 2-3, top 5 Robertson. Do I really trust in him that much? I don't know. I really don't. We also have an edge, Wembley. I've got to go for him. We need edge pretty badly. We have an outside linebacker, 1-2. Meh. He's good, but not really worth it in my opinion. I want to trade to like 20, I think. And then whatever happens from there is what we want. I don't like those QBs enough to take them at 8. I just simply don't. So 20, 21. Okay, I'm going to see if I can try to get that off of Minnesota this year. As I mean, that should be pretty easy, right? 2nd round pick from them. It also is not easy because the Vikings don't even have a 2nd round pick. But speaking of Vikings, you trade off Adam Thielen, a 1st, 5th, 6th, 7th this year, and a 6th next year for the 1st and 2nd this year, and a 3rd next year from the Commanders. What are they going to take at pick 8 overall? It is Tim Carter at 20. If a QB's there, maybe that's what we do. Both of the QB's there? I'm pretty sure both of the QBs are there. Okay, well, we got more decisions to make. I didn't expect this. Okay, I really didn't. We have a couple of DT types. Got the outside linebacker, Hawkins. Could go for 2 edge rushers. I think that is a good enough player, 2-3, to grab. Do we fix edge in one go while foregoing quarterback? I don't know. We do need a corner as well. We need safeties. We need everything. Were any of the corners good? I think Anthony was really good, actually. He was... Oh, no, it wasn't Anthony. It was Carmen. Caleb Carmen, who actually is a 2-3, mind you. I'm struggling with this one because I really think the high throw power quarterback is probably your best bet QB-wise. But I don't know if I really trust in those key ratings. I think those key ratings are going to be truthfully that bad. but his athleticism, his throw power, and all that tells me he might be one of those, like, low overall hittens, which I can work with. You know, Rookie of the Year award winning and whatnot. I'm struggling, dude. I'm going to take Tony Robertson. Please. Come on. Hey, hidden dev. All right. Okay. I don't know if the other guy's going to be like that, but hey, we did well for ourselves here. Not bad. Not bad. Let's go to pick 8. We might end up making a trade up as I kind of want that corner as well. We definitely want the edge rusher. Hopefully he's there. Was the other QB there? Thankfully he's not, because I would have felt really dumb about, you know, taking a QB when we could have just waited. But Garrett Wimbley, edge number 1. I'm expecting normal dev here. 75 overall normal. That's what I'm expecting. You got half of it right so far. We'll see. That sucks, but what can you do? Guys got round 1. What am I supposed to do? Pass on him? Yeah, I don't think so. And I don't know. Oh, Carmen. No, Carmen is there. Carmen is there. I don't know if corner is that big of a need for us to be making this trade up, but he looks really good. I think I have no choice. Go to the Cowboys, see what we can do. Okay, we have that third from the Cardinals as well, so I don't know how low we're going to be able to go with this. A 5th round would be great, but it seems like it's going to be at least a 4th one of these years. I think Carmen's worth it, though. You got to love when this was literally the lowest I could go to get that trade. Rodgers, a 2nd this, and a 4th next to move up like 10 spots, 11 spots in the 2nd round. Rodgers has basically 0 value at this point. With this pick, though, we're going to be taking Carmen, who I expect good things from. Fast enough, good man coverage, good press, good zone coverage. True talent 5, expecting normal, getting hidden. Nice. The guys that look good but have kind of lacking in athleticism, those are usually the guys that are kind of on the lower side with that stuff, but not today. Was there any DTs? I think there was a nose tackle type, which, I mean, I might have kind of no choice. Andrew Henry. Yeah, I mean, he looks really good. He's the wrong scheme, but I've got no choice. I really just don't. True talent 15. Hidden dev. Slow as can be, but 98 strength. We just drafted Vince Wilfork, baby. O-line's really not needed. I like safety a bit here, so I'm probably going to go safety. Could go edge, but I think we've done enough with, just having a Jabo start with the new guy we drafted to just call it there. Grab our safety, and then, whatever happens, happens. Who do I want at safety is the question, though, because there is actually a couple of options. I think it was Russell that was the best. They were all like iffy acceleration and whatnot. Oh, we got a double B from DeColdest. His name's DeColdest, bruh. I think it was decided itself. Normal dev. Bro's name is DeColdest. What do you want from me? You really expected me to just not take him? I should have also slowed down a little bit and made sure I had a linebacker, which we do. What are you crying about? I was actually almost crying, to be fair. I really thought we were done for. I was like, oh no. We've sold the pick. We've got 2 players here. Block shed a B. It seems like Rhodes might be slightly better. 21 years old. Oh, he's athletic as hell. Wayne Rhodes, starter. 55 true, hidden dev. Okay, I mean, as the draft kind of went down, that's when the pick started to climb, if you will. Now we move on to the 4th round, where I could actually use this for trade bait. We'll see if there's anybody here that I'm really liking. Day 3 center. Interesting. Don't really need corner too bad. Got a couple of edge rushers that I don't think are really like great, but they got a couple of like redeeming qualities. Maybe I'm willing. Got a couple of Bs. The problem is I don't know what their 40s and all that are. 4.7, 4.7, 4.7, a bunch of 4.7s. Center, how good was he again? Sam Johnston, F run block. He's a good pass blocker. I'll take the chance. Why not? True talent 87. Hidden dev. That is a steal. I mean, really, that's kind of one of our biggest positions going forward is center right now, because Steve Avila is just, he's 25, 78 overall. I don't care if he's star dev. That's already kind of reaching max, right? Best available for him is probably 81, 82. But let's take a look at what the draft recap looks like. We got a couple of really high good players, a couple of disappointing ones. Quarterback was 72, left end was 74. Carmen was 77, 75 for the DT, 74 for the safety, 73 for the middle linebacker, 71 for the center. This is actually a pretty good draft. Obviously, we did have the 8th pick overall. Also added a 3rd round next year, but kind of lost a couple of picks in the future. Call that a null and void, maybe slight gain for us. Star dev for Mr. Tony Robertson, kind of a cool looking player. Garrett Wimbley, automatic starter, but unfortunately normal dev. with 78 power move, 70 block shed. Not that fast. I do worry about power move guys, but round 1 true talent in a 2 to 3 slot is just, you can't pass on it, right? Caleb Carmen, would like to see a guy that's a little bit taller playing that boundary corner, but hey, we've seen plenty of 5'10", 5'11s do well, so that's where he's going to be playing. Superstar. We're number 24. A couple of pretty good Raiders players in number 24 over the years. Henry, the nose tackle, 6'4", 367, but look at the power move. Call him a nose tackle all you want, because he is one, but he's a good pass rusher. I was hoping superstar. 70 is an interesting number. I'm going to be putting him in the 90s, I think. No, not number 1, not number 0. 93 is pretty cool, pretty big number. Safety, DeColdis Jones. Really disappointed that he wasn't superstar or even hidden at all. Really solid player. Obviously had to be taken. His name's DeColdis. Like, it's freaking insane. What do you want from me? Like, I'm only human. What am I supposed to do? Wayne Rhodes is going to be our left outside linebacker because Damone Clark already got to star dev, so obviously he doesn't need to be in that main role anymore. 92 is kind of a weird linebacker number, coverage linebacker, off-ball linebacker, but still. Homan, let's see how good he was. He was definitely the guy that I saw as the best as well. I think we all did. He had the highest true talent grade. Number 1 overall best. I don't know if I agree with that. Let's see, though. Yeah, I don't know. Never really saw that, but hey, more power to them for still getting a quarterback. Then we have the other QB. Oh, my God. He actually did go, right before our pick. 70 for Leach. Ooh, he was hidden. Could have went even lower. 99 throw power. Pretty accurate. Robertson's accuracies do make him better slightly for now. Leach also started Ev. We're number 12 for the Patriots. Okay, I'm sure that won't work out well for them. I can't remember all the safeties, but I think Russell was the other guy we're going to go with. Normal dev. And then the other guy is Nails, which we see right here, 71 overall for Mr. Cortez Nails, who was hidden dev. I mean, it would have to be superstar for me to really be regretting it. Star devs, it's something, but it's not, it's not end of the world. I think that's it. Not a bad draft. A couple of normals that I really wish were hidden, but the big one, obviously, grabbing that quarterback at 20 instead of having to go at 8. Thought Robertson would have been long gone before then, but we were chilling. We didn't have to rush anything, and we land ourselves what seems to be, hopefully, a franchise QB. Here is the team for Season 2. I ended up going with the Falcons playbook. It's one of those top 5, top 10 playbooks that are pretty good, pretty balanced. You're going to get decent numbers, but you're not going to get Chiefs-level always win numbers. But also, I do see similarities between this team and that team. Your best players on the offensive line are tackles, and you have one good guard. Kyle Pitts, he's right here. You have a really good wide receiver 1 with some average, wide receiver 2s. You have a really good running back 1. You have a guy at quarterback that has a lot of potential when he's there, but doesn't always show it. And then defensively, we don't have the Falcons, so I don't have to explain myself. Some new names that obviously have hit and have some potential, but also some names I wish would have upgraded, like right end 1, arguably middle linebacker 1 and right outside linebacker, but ironically enough, the guy that didn't go up in dev is the guy that has the most promise, in my opinion, Dorian Williams. Same age as Clark, I believe. Maybe even 1 year younger, but a lot higher of an overall. 1 year younger, 24 years old versus 25 for Clark. The team's got some potential, but there's still some ways to go. Even with the Falcons playbook, I don't think team is making the playoffs. Hey, Dorian Williams got his upgrade chance. Just like I said, he's got potential. Stardev. Hey, now as Jabo follows suit, gets Stardev himself. Gets 3 to block shed for next game on top of it. All right, I don't want to hear anything about the Falcons playbook because you'll see why in a moment. Kyle Pitts, he's worth the money. 6 year 72. Easy clap. Jenkins probably gets a contract. Not going to guarantee it. Clark, I think we can do better. Franklin, I have no idea how he's playing, but what I can tell you is that he is way too young to let go. 5 year 35 is great money for us. Anyone else? McCaffrey, I don't really think he's that guy. I think as long as you get your top 2, you can just kind of fill in, someone halfway decent in the number 3 spot, and you'll be fine with it. Trent Brown, if I can do a 1 year, I suppose, which obviously also translates to us, pretty much guaranteeing that we're going to go for Elton as well. Trent, nice. Elton will go for the 2 year. I think he'll be fine for 2. 3, I don't know. We'll see what that regression looks like. Anyone else? Clark, I think we can do better. He's 76 overall, 25. His ceiling's 81 overall probably. By the time he's 28, which is just not worth it in my opinion. You can get a linebacker we'll see with Rhodes, up to an 80 after 1 year, and he'll only be 23. So I think that's the extent of our re-signings. All right, to put in perspective the kind of season we had, our first win came in Week 11. Did we win out and get to the playoffs? Find out. We didn't, okay. 4-13. Yeah, I don't want to hear anything about, choosing the OP playbooks. Oh, yeah, this really freaking got us there, huh? I wouldn't even say debatable. Better team than last year, higher potential team than last year, and just was not a good year. Simply put, Robertson, 26-16, 3,800 yards. Jacobs, good yards per carry. Touchdowns were down. Franklin was solid. Jefferson, once again, he's being outplayed by Franklin. They've got the same catch numbers. Jefferson's got more snaps played, but he's just not doing as much with the ball. Really bad season overall. The blocking was ass. D-line, hold on though. Wembley, 10 sacks. Jones, 15. Henry, 6. Ajabo off the team, even though he got star dev. Going to be trading him off for sure. Ryland, not a great season, but still good enough. Rekau, who is under 50 yards for punt now. Yikes. All I'm aiming for here, though, is Rookie of the Year on both sides. Ooh, look at Jordan Love win MVP off with the Chiefs. Doesn't really even count. Rookie of the Year, number 2. Rookie of the Year, number 2. I can't believe that we just got literally scammed on both. We got sniped offensive and defensive Rookie of the Year by 1. That hurts. The Vikings win this Super Bowl. Let's take a look at any dev ups we would have had. I don't think any on offense. Troy, if we're really lucky, which we are not. He's an 80 overall. He's only 23, so it's fine. But yeah, there's potential there. Defensively, though, some dev ups. Wembley did not go up in dev, sadly. Carmen was not superstar, was he? I think he was superstar, actually. I was thinking it was a safety, but no, the safety was actually normal. Let's take a look at those linebackers, though. Rhodes and Williams, both superstar dev. Williams glowing up hard this season. Goes from normal to superstar in 1 year. Talked about how he was going to be a guy that I had a lot of potential faith in over Clark. Absolutely came true there. And then Rhodes, look at him, 81 overall superstar. What a draft pick there. 2 linebackers in the superstar range, both 80 plus. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Looking at the future, though, I mean, you could see a couple of guys did regress. Even Kirby Joseph apparently regressed, losing a speed and a bunch of other stuff. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I genuinely think EA's got a glitch on their hands and they just don't know it exists because it only happens to safeties. You can't tell me that's a strategic move. I get it. Safeties are pretty volatile in the league, so are like off-ball linebackers, but you don't see it from off-ball linebackers. You don't see it from running backs in game, right? You got to be old to regress. Speaking of Jacobs, why can't he get a dev up too? This was a bad decision. But then again, who the hell was our option? Derrick Henry, basically. Clark, I mean, he's not bad. I just think we can do better. And then the rest, I mean, we can just do better. That's really all there is to it. 100 mil going into off-season, and kind of as expected, pretty weak class. Ooh, Herbig. Is he a guy that's played well off the edge, assuming he's actually playing edge? That I can't really tell. Seems like he's playing. I didn't see what team it was, actually. But seems like they're not playing him off the edge. Wembley was good for us. I'll tell you who wasn't. Ajabo. So, I don't know how much Herbig is asking for, but what is his numbers? 84 power move. I could roll with that. 80 overall as well. He's got to be asking for at least 15, 20 though, right? He is asking for 8 1/4. Explain to me why I'm not offering this to him. A 4-year 40? 10 million per? Think that might still be low. Hey, that, I mean, he's the highest. We're going to have Herbig, who I've just got to remember not to say his first and last name together. That's just, asking for it, really. And if you don't believe me, you don't understand what I'm saying, say his name together pretty quickly. To put it in perspective, you can't actually name someone in-game him. I'm pretty sure if you try to enter that name, it won't allow you to. Well, I guess we're not going to have Herbig after all. I guess I dodge a bullet, but at the same time, we lose a potential starting edge. All right, pick 2 overall. Do I take a player up here? I don't know. They took left tackle, the Browns, number 1 overall. Got a couple of edge rushers. Problem is I've got a lot of them. I've got several of them. Malone didn't work out. Blake is around 1. Humphrey's around 1. Miller's around 1. Barber's around 1.5. I don't see how I can take any of those guys when I have that knowledge. Griffin, route. Some tall wide receivers. Maybe they're wide receiver 2. You know, Franklin could easily play the slot. I'm not too worried about that. Blake looks good. Humphries looks good. Miller looks good. But so does that guy that's sitting 1-2. If I trade down to 20, which I get, I could lose like everyone. I could lose. Where is my 1-2? Oh, he's around 1. Okay, maybe I can't go that far back. I can go back to 10, though, I think. I think I can go back to 10, which hopefully is enough to get a second-round pick and maybe use the second-round pick to move. I don't know, but whatever happens. Oh, the Bears are giving me some trades. I'm going to be trading back, I think, for sure. We have too many edge rushers not to. I'd get very unlucky to not make it out with one of these edge rushers, and even if I do, I don't really care because I'm getting a really good trade, you know? So I'm going to try to get to 10-ish and try to pick up maybe even a full first-round pick with that, if not too high, you know, draft picks. We get a pretty damn big haul. We trade 2 this year. Well, pick 2 overall. 150 or 130. I don't even know, 194, and then a 6 next year to get a first, second, and third this year with a second next year at an evaluation of 10 per. Let's take a look at what the Patriots do. They take a DT, not even a position we're worried about. Right end isn't one of the positions we're technically worried about. Malone technically isn't. We have maybe even a choice at any of our linebackers. That's insane. There's no way we actually get choice. All but Humphries are there. That is a crazy trade down. Unbelievable. I mean, I think I'm willing to actually take one of these 3. Even Barber. We've seen that guy named Matthews went like 16 overall, 14 overall. I'm willing to take him, honestly. So whoever is the best, in my opinion, here is who I'm taking. I don't think the round 1 guarantees me anything. So I am willing to take 1-2 over round 1 if I think that guy is better. So let's take a look. We have Steve Barber, 22, 6'4", good athleticism. I don't know. I really don't know who I consider the best of this bunch. So we basically made a 40-spot jump in the 3rd round to move back 3 spots, also trading off Dial. Hopefully not all the linebackers are gone. Honestly, I really just don't know who to even take of the 3, so that's why I traded Dak. And we are down to just 2 for the most part, I think. So with that, I guess I'm going to go Miller. I really didn't have a preference. I truly didn't. C, play rec, huh? A to B awareness. Maybe I do like Barber more. I like the frame, 6'4". It's really good. B's across the board. B pursuit. B awareness. B block shed. Wait, what do you got? Finesse. A finesse versus... I'm really struggling with this pick. That's why I'm trying to, let these AIs make the decision for me. I really don't know, but I'm going to go Miller. I'm going to go round 1 Miller. 15 true. Hidden dev. There you go. That's all that mattered. I needed the hidden dev bad. All right, we trade a 2nd round this year, a 5th and a 7th next year, and Steve Avila to move up about 12 spots into the 1st round. Don't actually know if I'm going to go the wide receiver here, but route went, so that's why I'm making that trade up. Barber's still there too, damn. But I think we are going to be going with the wide receiver or the corner. Where was the corner? We have Duckworth and Lockley. Lockley's 6'4". Obviously, you like the size, like the speed. I think Lockley's the better of the 2. Don't know if I'm going to be able to make another trade up. So Lockley at 5. Hidden dev. Wow. Okay, so our corners are really good. Let's move up to the Commanders now and grab that wide receiver. I don't even know if I really need him, but I'm not exactly ecstatic the way that Trey Franklin is devved up so far. So I suppose I'm not against going for a new wide receiver. See if this is enough on its own. Probably not. Yeah, we'll make a play. All right, we trade a lot of quantity. This is the kind of trade that I would be making down if I was on the other side of this thing. We give them a 2nd and a 3rd this, with a 3rd next and a 4th next, and a 6th 2 years from now with Harden to move all the way up to 23. This wide receiver better be good. Of course, we do have that extra 2nd round next year, which easily negates the loss of that 3rd and 4th, so I'm not too worried about it anyways. But it looks, to me, Griffin, who isn't the fastest, got a couple of A's in there. One of true talent. I know he's not that fast. I'm expecting 88 speed hidden. That's all I'm expecting. If he sucks, I'll be sad. He's 89 speed hidden. Okay, that was really scary. I'll be real. It's really, for once, the potentials that actually, got me onto taking him. A bunch of A's and B's everywhere. Like, really, what's his worst thing? Injury and juke move outside of athleticism? He's a very good player across the board. Thankfully, he actually was. He looked like one. I just couldn't guarantee it. And with that, we get a good draft pick there. Anyone else? Anyone else? Safety. I mean, I'm not going to completely say that we don't need one, but I don't know if I need one enough to draft one here. I'm gonna, go across everything, make sure, but I think we're going to probably be trading down for some linemen here. Got some aging guys on the team. Ooh. Maybe I'd take Robertson. And A-man coverage is kind of crazy. Yeah, I didn't really like the way the safety developed. Let's see it. True talent 10, please. There you go. New starting strong safety. Worth the pick. Pick 10 and a third is going to be a lineman. Maybe we even use the guy we drafted last year safety-wise to get a lineman here as well. I don't think we need to, though. I think we're fine. Oh, we need a linebacker, actually. Yeah, we are going to. Assuming there's any linemen there. We need a linebacker. I completely forgot we lost Damone Clark. And it looks... I actually can't say for sure, Peter, so I'm going to choose Quinn, who is very fast, versus Peters, who is very fast. I think Quinn's the safer bet. The shorter guys have always been hidden for me. Chase Quinn. Ooh, I don't like it. Hidden Dev, never mind. I mean, he might still be a worse player, but that works for me. I know it's a late third, but I'm a little surprised that this one went. Mason Smith, I suppose, is only 23, but they needed safety DT. I just wanted to throw that in there to test the water, see if maybe I had to throw in a fourth-round pick. They just straight up took it. I'm a little surprised by that, but with that being said, we're going to take the final lineman, who I didn't even realize is a true center. He actually looks really good, though. Wait, hold on. If you need a center, why wouldn't you guys... Okay, because he's normal dev. But I said, why would you not go with that guy earlier? Never mind. That was not a good draft pick for us. But every other draft pick was really good. I don't know what that edge looks like, though, so we'll have to see. Did we make the right call trading back? Once again, we added that second next year. Added some depth to the draft class in general. I think, you got to assume, unless our guy is star and, the guy we could have had was X Factor, I think we made the right call. Corner's great. Edge is great. Wide receiver's solid. Strong safety's really solid. Middle linebacker's good enough since he's hidden. Schmidt, high overall, but normal. Take a look at Miller, who is, he's raw. He's not the best, not that fast, but 77 finesse is good enough, especially with hidden development trait. Let's see what we're actually cooking up with here. Star dev, we'll have to compare that to the rest. I think that's the biggest storyline of this entire rebuild so far is this offseason of edge rushing capabilities. There was a bunch of different names. Could have went with so many different players. Thaddeus Lockley, only star dev, but super insane because of how tall he is and pretty damn fast. Who else do we have? We have the wide receiver Keegan Griffin. Just based on potential, based on the size that he has on the outside, he's definitely going to be our wide receiver too, no matter what. Please be superstar. That'd be great. Damn, I was kind of feeling like he would have been one of those really rare X factors. Him and the other guy both being tall players, both being similar style, both be similar draft positioning. I was really believing that they were both just gonna be superstars, maybe X factors, because we've seen those kind of runs. Really surprised to see the strong safety star though. Really thought we were gonna get higher than that. And then Quinn is gonna be our right outside linebacker. Let's see what he is. Maybe I should have put him at left out and put him as the focus guy. I think that's what we're going to do. A left out is kind of the cheese. Put him at sub 1, line left out. Let's move them all over every time. Just make sure we have a good chance of that Rookie of the Year category. Malone, he looked worse than he showed, and the dev reflects it. Unfortunate. Take a look at the middle of the tackle anyways. Beckham was hidden dev. Was he superstar? Maybe. Don't really care enough to check, though. It's the edge that I'm looking at the most. Humphries is one of the guys. Maybe I would have taken him. I don't know. Hidden dev. Really solid. Great power move. Looked promising, but once again, none of the guys really looked so good I had to take him over the other. Okay. Yeah, I will go out on a limb and say we made the wrong call. Yeah. That was... Okay. Bad decision. We went back down to 13. I guess to be fair, we went to 10 anyways, but if we would have went to 9 and grabbed Humphries, yeah, that would have been the better player. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Collins, hidden development trait, literally a player right behind us, so can't argue against it. Bad decision if he was better. Star dev, meh. Humphries was good, I suppose, but he was good, but meh. what can I do? Stevenson, I don't even think he was on my list. Barber was. Thomas might have been as well, but Barber, hidden dev. I really believed deep down that this guy was better than our guy. Let's see if I was right. I mean, not really, about the same. So outside of Humphreys, you made a good call, I think. Here we are for Season 3. We definitely need to get on the offensive lineman grind, though. We are, holding off pretty close here with some of these older dudes. Like, we are going to need some youth here soon. Wide receiver, hopefully Griffin has a year, maybe a rookie of the year type of year. Josh Jacobs, I worry about him too. Didn't get the dev ups we were hoping. I was hoping we'd get 2 more seasons out of him. Might only get 1. Wembley, hopefully he has a good year. Miller, rookie of the year, hoping. We've got a lot of rookies, so good chance of rookie of the year on this side of the ball, I would imagine. 85 overall. Gotta be close to playoffs, right? Has to be. A lot of money, a lot of names. We're back to the Chris Jones show here, and we talked about how maybe later on it'll be cheaper. No, it was $4 million per year more. Good thing is we have a rookie deal quarterback, so we don't have to worry about it. Kirby Joseph, 5-year, 100. A lot of money for a guy that lost ratings middle of his career here. Cam Robinson, 83 overall is not terrible, but I think at this point we could do better. Trent, though, if he's still around, maybe we can keep him. He's like, 1 higher overall. He's a tackle. We'll see. We have a lot of money, but I also think that this is going to be also the time where we might see some decent free agents as well. No idea if we're going to make the playoffs. We had a pretty good season, and then we just lost 1 billion games in a row. Come on. 1 win, I think, would put us in. 1 win. And we win. We're in. We are the 6th seed. The Chiefs only losing 1 game, and it wasn't us. We lost both games to them. 7th seed was 9-8, so I suppose we were a little bit safer than we thought. Well, I can't say that, actually, because we did need to win. We did need to win that. Robertson, of course, seeing the number 2 yards, maybe even number 2 touchdowns. 43 touchdowns, a lot. Okay start, pretty damn good all the way to week 13, then 3 losses in a row, and I was like, are you kidding me? But we do find our way back on the winning road, and we do enough to sneak into the playoffs in the 6th seed spot. Robertson, 43 touchdowns, 13 picks, 4,600 yards. Way better than last year. Like, miles better. Jacobs, still probably not good enough for a dev up, which hurts. Griffin definitely will. 19 touchdowns, 1,400 yards, almost the best wide receiver in the entire league, let alone rookie. Jefferson was okay, but it's Jefferson. I expect more of him, especially when you look at Franklin, once again, right on his tail. Pitts was obviously, it's pretty good for a tight end. Blocking, really bad, actually. Like, really bad. Miller, 12 sacks for him. The rest, though, Jones is 7.5. That's terrible for him. Wembley, 6.5. That's a regression from last year. Henry's a nose tackle playing freaking 4-3s. I mean, what do you want for me to do? Carmen could be an X factor. 6 picks. Ryland, better than last year. Ryan, better than last year. Good season. And the playoffs on top of it. So should see some dev ups. Almost MVP even. Not going to win best QB or anything like that. Well, anything really because of Jordan Love being here. Rookie of the year, Griffin. Rookie of the year, Miller. Last year we lost it by 1. This year we actually win it. Robertson at number 2, but that's fine. He should go to superstar based on his season alone. Jacobs, almost a Pro Bowler. Griffin was the number 1 wide receiver. Could go straight to X Factor. We're hoping. D-line at number 8. Best linebacker, nowhere to be found. Best DB at number 2. Best kicker at number 6. Couple of guaranteed dev ups coming our way. And a guaranteed playoff spot going up against the Colts, the team we rebuilt last rebuild. Going to the end of the game, the Colts start off with 3. We get 3 right back. We get a touchdown. They get a touchdown. It's a bit of a back and forth battle here. Right before half, they get a field goal, leaving us down 3. They get a touchdown, down 10. Another touchdown, down 17. Another touchdown, down 7. Okay, we've lost. Lovely. We lose 37-17 as the far better team. Awesome. Robertson really not good. 1 pick only, but 48% completion percentage. He's basically throwing under 50%. That's not good. Jacobs, give him the ball more if your quarterback's ass, right? Like if your quarterback's not playing well, give the ball to the guy that's at least not selling the team. Jefferson was great. No one else to be found, though. Thomas got sacked 1 billion times. Wasn't enough. Brown killed us. Allen killed us. Miller was the only guy on our team that did well. Lewis with a pick. The team, for being a better overall, just doesn't seem ready. I don't know how that makes any sense, but at least we made the postseason, I suppose. Still really disappointing. Giants versus the Bengals. The Giants actually win, surprisingly. Let's take a look what our dev-ups were. Should see several, but did we see any straight-ons? And what I meant by that was Griffin to X Factor. No. Robertson to X Factor. No. Jacobs to regression, yes. 28 years old, we need a new running back. He is dropped to an 88 overall. He's good enough for one more season, but that's kind of where that lies. Still no dev up for Pitts, which sucks. Defensively, Miller goes to superstar. Carmen goes to X Factor. Or was he already an X Factor? I can't remember. I think he was only superstar. X Factor for the picks. We love to see it. Opposite side, Wembley did not go up at all. Obviously, not surprising. And no one else went up. Also, it seems like Kirby Joseph is still going down every single season. Lovely. I think we took care of our negotiations, right? Yeah, we did. We just, didn't know what to do. I mean, those guys are both 82 overall linemen. I want more. I want better. Hopefully, there is better. We did scout O-line in this one. This was the biggest need going forward. So that is why we scouted it so hard. Please tell me there's somebody here, though, so I don't have to go full draft. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense that we're moving on from some linemen anyways because our line played terribly regardless. I don't really like Taylor Moton enough here to really take him, I don't think. 82 overall only. Good pass blocking, but what did he... Damn, he's actually killing it. Could be scheme related, but I guess I'll go for Taylor. He's really interested in joining us as well. He sees something that maybe no one else sees. See if he even sees our team. Chiefs want him to. He chooses us over the Chiefs. Nice. All right, pick 19 overall for making the playoffs. That's kind of generous, no? I mean, it's not like they gave it to us out of the kindness of their hearts, but could we go edge? Could we? I don't know. We got a running back, Reggie Allen, I definitely want. Could we go edge with Farrell? Kendall Farrell. I mean, once upon a time, the normal dev edge we had looked good. Don't know if that once upon a time exists anymore. I'm going to go with him. Kendall Farrell. If he's normal, I'm going to be so mad, though. Yes, hidden dev. Automatic starter. And now we shall move to the next round. Probably pick 8, I think, is what we're feeling. And then more future-proofing at the O-line position, I think. We do have 2 second-round picks, right? Where the hell are we? Where are the Raiders? There they are. 56. Maybe move that down a little bit. Try to get 2 linemen if possible, because we kind of need at least 1. All right, we trade 2 decently young linebackers, a second round this year and a 7th next year to move up 11 spots in the second round, in which we are going to be taking a running back. He's not the fastest player, but he is fast enough, I think. Reggie Allen, 4.48 with solid. It's going to be 88, 89 speed. Very good key ratings, round 1 talent. 76 overall hidden, please. Oh my God, he's 90 speed though. Every running back I take is normal. Every single one, I swear. We still have one of the 1 to 2 linemen. The problem is that 1 to 2 is another short player. What about Reiner? Austin Reiner. I was looking around different positions. He looks good. I'm going to take the chance on him. I don't care, dude. True Talent 13, but normal again. Oh, wow. These lineman draft picks have been really bad. Draft recap. All 3 players were 75 overalls. Kendall Farrell, new outside line, well, edge, I suppose, from outside linebacker. I think it's right end we need, right? 19. I mean, it's something new, but meh. 51, why not? Star dev, but I mean, a good pick at 19. Worked out for us last season with Miller. Reggie Allen. I mean, he looks really good, but once again, normal dev. So unless I'm going to start him right away, he's kind of going to be wasted anyways. Then we have Austin Reiner, who is a very good pass blocker. Not very good at much else, though. Either way, kind of by default, our new starting guard. But yeah, I know we haven't really focused that hard on offensive linemen in the draft, but this is easily one of our worst year 4 offensive lines we've had, just based on not having the youth, not drafting good hidden dev replacements. We drafted 1 hidden, and it's just a random center. Of course, Moton's got to be playing right tackle. Spencer Brown's an 85, which I'm a little surprised by. Thought he would have regressed, not progressed. Wow, Griffin's an 88 overall. Don't get me wrong, he did have one of those types of seasons. 19 touchdowns, 1,400 yards, but Sheesh, this guy. What a glow. I mean, that is probably our best point A to point B seasons we've had maybe ever, minus devs, which don't get me wrong, Superstar is great, but we probably had some normal, the Superstar normal, the X Factor types, which is basically unbeatable. But yeah, that's awesome. Defensively, though, Wembley will be replaced, I suppose, by Pharrell. It's hard to, judge this because he is good. He didn't really have a good year, though. I think you got to start the rookie. Season 4, still rocking the Falcons playbook. I'm going to rock it all the way to the end. Whether we win a Super Bowl or not, that is the plan. We have 2 seasons to do it, this season and next. Can we do it? Year 4 is usually a magical year. Pharrell, even with Wembley being an 82 overall, is going to get the start, rookie of the year and all that jazz. We've seen how well it worked out for Miller. Chris Jones, though, another guy that's kind of on the brink of retirement. Can we win it all in time? I don't know. Smith Wade, who we actually signed once upon a time to be our number 2, potentially long-term, gets to star dev in the slot. A lot of money. Williams, I can't believe how well he's developed. He's obviously going to get the contract from us. It's a lot of money, but it's not as much as it could be. Jacobs, it's just not going to happen. Jenkins, I really don't want to pay too many, well, not pay, but I don't want to replace too many players in one go, so we're going to try to pay him if I can. Spencer Brown at 29 years old, I really do not want to do a 3-year. I'm willing to do a 1-year 23, though, which sucks that he won't do. I really don't want to do a 3-year. He's going to regress well below an 85 by the time that 3 year's up. What do you do? I don't know. 5th-year option for Robertson might be in play as well. Playoffs, midway season point, we weren't that good. Did we finish strong, though? We did. 11-6, actually better than I thought we were going to. We were the 7th seed at 11-6. That is wild. I will say, though, the 8th seed, it was 2 whole wins less. So, kind of a drop-off in talent there after 7. Unbelievable, though. I mean, I get it. It's a tough conference, tough division specifically, but at this point in time, we should be winning a lot of games. We are good. Robertson, I keep calling him Tony Richardson. 4,500 yards, 46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Jacobs, I mean, it's a good season. It's not a great season. Jefferson had a great season, though. Franklin's always been putting his name in the hat. Griffin, a really down year. Pitts, definitely a down year. Offensive line, I mean, considering they're getting worse every year, not bad. Mochin actually really, impressed me. Pass rush, Pharrell at 9.5 is pretty good. Miller at 10. Henry at 12. And then Jones only at 6.5. Smithway with 4 picks. Ryland, worst season yet. Ryan Rakow is, one of his best seasons yet. Jordan Love wins another MVP because the Chiefs scheme's busted. Jefferson wins Offensive Player of the Year. No Rookie of the Year award win from us, unfortunately. Where were we at QB, though? Number 3, so that's Pro Bowl. Running back, number 3, so that's Pro Bowl. Wide receiver, number 1, so that's Pro Bowl. Everything else, though, unfortunately. DB, actually, at number 2. Everything else, not good enough. In the playoffs, though, so our chances exist just like anyone else. Somehow, the Broncos, 88 overall, are 13-4, though. What a joke. Right, here we are, the Broncos, 3-0. Last playoffs, we lost the very first round because we just couldn't score. As so far, that's the case here. 5-3, 5-6, 12-6. I don't know where I got this idea that the Falcons' offensive scheme is OP, because clearly, as we're seeing here, as the better team, are you kidding me? 3 straight unanswered score drives for them, and then right at the end we throw a pick. Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. Well, on to final season. That's absurd, brother. 21 unanswered in the 4th quarter. What an actual joke. The sim in this game is dumb. Jacobs going to be gone. Chris Jones potentially going to be gone. Okay. EA wins. I'm going with the Chiefs scheme. The EA, you win. You win, EA. Okay, you win. I'm not mad, okay? Promise. These are happy yells. Although I'm not very happy that all we're taking is yells. Yell after yell. Chiefs versus the Rams, super fun. 2 really good playbooks. Rams are really solid on offense, too. You can put up 2,000 yards a season with the top receiver. You put them in the right position on the Rams scheme. As it's probably going to be the Chiefs winning. It will be 49-16, not even close. Don't get me wrong, Jordan Love is good. He was an 86 overall star to start, but he's won like every MVP. Robertson's an X factor. Jacob's still here, but realistically, will he be? Jones is still here, though. Okay. Yeah, okay, I can live with an 87 overall Chris Jones, who hasn't done anything in 2 to 3 seasons now. Pharrell doesn't go up in dev, but he is an 80 overall. Rhodes goes to Superstar X Factor, which is cool. Quinn still not Superstar, but a good player. Final season. And you already kind of know the drill. We are likely going to be trading any asset we have for a right now chance. Robertson, 5th year, that's a really smart decision. And I think that right now chance is going to come into the form of a running back, I'd imagine. So 2-year 40, I would do a 2-year, I think 2-year 44, right? Really? 2-year 37 he wanted, and 2-year 44 wasn't enough. I mean, at this point, you know, we're all in for last season, so I'll do the tag. That's ridiculous, dude. 2-year 37's fair. We offer a 2-year 44. Not enough. Okay. See if free agency has anybody interesting. I mean, I'm all out. I don't really care what the future of this team looks like. Wow, man. Free agency was just weak the entire time, which usually you don't see by this point. You would have seen better. But no, I guess not. Well, we already know what we're doing. We are obviously trading anything we can to get a proper running back in the scheme. Not the best draft picks to do it, but hopefully enough anyways. Oh, damn. Bucky Irvin, though? 97 overall? Not going to happen, but I mean, I got to try. Okay. There is wiggle room. And then look at this. Trey Benson, who I tried to sign a long time ago. Available, sort of. 1-year deal, you know what I mean. That sucks. Bijan's obviously still amazing. I don't know who the hell to go for. We get Breece Hall. He's 27 years old, but he is at least a superstar. He's got 2 more years on his contract. Is there a possibility? Wait, did we? Yeah, we tagged the tackle. Okay. What else could we do? Like, we only have a 4th round pick, but I mean, I'm willing to go next year and trade up. I just don't believe there's a team for us after this season anyways, so this is the year, I think. This is the year to do it. If not, failed rebuild, if you will. Even though I think we built a pretty damn good team, just didn't quite make the Super Bowl, didn't quite win a Super Bowl, didn't quite win a playoff game yet. Scheme is just, it's insane how much it matters. Watch when we use the Chiefs. Guaranteed 13-4 season minimum, guaranteed championship run. Not that it matters, but our final draft pick this year, a 4th round pick we use with a 6th round next year to get a Chiefs 3rd. Not a huge fan that Breece is our new running back over Josh Jacobs, but we had no choice. Jacobs dropped all the way down to, I think it was an 83 overall. Actually, might have been 81. Might have been a +2 to morale on top of that. Either way, we knew it was going to go for, be bad for Jacobs, especially since he wasn't Superstar Plus. Breece at least is Superstar, so he should have 2 to 3 seasons left. But let's simulate the draft, see what the best available player was. Readjust our lineup, not that there needs to be much, since we didn't really lose anybody or really gain them. And head into the final season, year 5. Draft recap, what do we got for the league? 79 overall, 82 overall, tight end. Eddie Wood, 6'6", 21 years old, 89 speed, 90 excel, sort of the Kyle Pitts build, if you will. Take a look at the dev X Factor. Yeah, that's Kyle Pitts. It's basically, just slightly slower than him. That's a pretty sick build, though, I gotta say. Skip the draft, though, so we had to pretty much put everything into the basket of replacing Josh Jacobs. Hopefully it was worth it. So the team isn't quite the juggernaut it once was, but it still is really solid, especially with the quarterback going as high as he has ever been. New running back Breece Hall, who is an actual superstar dev. And then defensively, the players are getting a little bit better there, but yeah, starting from the bottom barrel for a lot of positions didn't really work out for us. Who would have thought? So far, it's been a ridiculous letdown. I actually don't know what the hell's happening at this rate, but we're going to re-sign players as usual, business as usual. Jefferson, obviously, I'm not going to fight that contract too much. Rhodes, oh my God. I don't really like the way Henry's played, but he's a good player, so kind of have no choice but to just re-sign him. 117. Johnston is super cheap. You got to do a 6-year deal probably on that. Hoping that he gets better than that even, but that's a good deal for us. Good value. Smith Wade, another guy with good value. If he doesn't accept it though, he's gone. 4-year 18. Fine, nice. Wembley, no. Chris Jones is literally going to retire. I'm surprised he's even here. DeColdis, the biggest disappointment I've ever seen. Jenkins, he's still been pretty damn good, so I mean, I'm going to re-sign him as well. I guess I'm not. Spencer Brown, I think, will be gone this time around. And then we had like one more player. Where the hell is he? Where the hell is he? We got some fifth-year options I might have to accept as well, but where the hell is this guy? Am I a crazy person? Oh, there he is. How much is this? $31 million. Maybe they developed him as an edge rusher, actually. I didn't even pay attention. No, they didn't. Oof, that's a lot of money, dude. I don't think I would do a 7-year, but I'd do a 1-year. There you go. His green interest was so high that I knew he would take it, so that's why I offered it. Really ass season, but a really nice comeback near the end. Can we make the playoffs? I actually can't believe we're struggling this hard with the Chiefs scheme. This is just like a destined to be failed rebuild, but we make the playoffs as the 6th seed, and the Chiefs miss. The clutch up was unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, you really need to see to believe it. I mean, this is so bad, and we end up winning with the same scheme as all the way through. 8 of the last 9 to barely make it. That is crazy that it even needed to come down to that. But hey, we're in. That's all that matters. I don't really care about anything else. Numbers don't even really look much better than the Falcons' numbers. Breece Hall was horrible. How was he playing before he joined us? Did we make a mistake? I mean, he wasn't great, but he's better than what he is now. Jefferson was unbelievable. Pitts was solid. Griffin was okay. Franklin was okay. Blocking was left side, especially Jenkins, not the best. Pass rush. Ooh. Farrell, 8.5. Miller, 15.5 to do TTs, 7.5, but Jones did have a lot of tackles for loss, which is good. Lockley with 4 interceptions. Ryland only missing 3 kicks out of 20. The punter, just about 52 yards per punt. MVP goes to Herbert with Robertson at number 2. Oh my. Jefferson as the Offensive Player of the Year. No rookie award wins because we didn't have any rookies. Best running back or quarterback, best wide receiver. O-line at number 4. D-line at number 2 and number 7. Best linebacker, no. Best DB at number 9. Best kicker at number 9. But we're back in the playoffs. Of course, we have to take on the damn Broncos. If we don't come out of this rebuild with at least a Super Bowl, or not a Super Bowl win, a playoff win, I'll be deadly disappointed. Come on, Raiders. Don't let me down. This is just another one of those situations where EA just like kind of dictates who wins because, oh, well, the Raiders in real life, they're, bottom of the barrel. They're bottom 5. Because I don't think I've ever seen the Raiders win a Super Bowl in Sim this year. Like, I just don't think I have. And it could be scheme related. I don't know. But the Raiders scheme used to be okay in the game. 28-17. Denver will finally lose. We finally win a playoff game. Oh my. All it took was the 5th season with the best offensive playbook in the game. That's all it took. Robertson, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. Rushing was a lot better than his averages. Griffin was great. Jefferson was amazing. Spencer Brown allowed 2 sacks. Miller really just been killing it. And they also missed a field goal on top of it, which could have, near the end of the game, mattered. It felt like they were the ones driving. Could have went for the touchdown on the 2-point. But I suppose they ran out of time for the touchdown, so arguments could be made that there was never a chance. We get to the divisional round, which is a part of a success. Got to get to the championship minimum. You can start making arguments. And then if you obviously make a Super Bowl, I would say it's a win. It's a Super Bowl win. 86 overall Titans were 15-2, by the way. Just in case you were trying to keep track at home. Here we go. End of the game. We see nothing happening. Still nothing happening. Once again, this offensive scheme. It's not even the offensive scheme because we're on the Chiefs now, but just the offense of this team, not very good. 21-0, 24-0, looking really strong now, though. Defense really cooking up, too. 31-3 should be the victory as we head on to the championship round very convincingly. Maybe not in the first quarter, first half, but by the end. Robertson, another 4 touchdowns, 0 pick game. Breece Hall, another good yards per carry game, just not as many yards. Franklin was solid on this one. Jefferson's always going to be solid. And then Griffin fell off a little bit, but 45 yards is 45 yards. Bunch of sacks given up yet again. Is that Spencer Brown with 2 high sack games allowed? I don't even know if it was. Chris Jones, Miller, and Henry had a pretty good game with 5 total combined. And Aubrey missed 2 field goals. Not that it really mattered in the end, but could you imagine? All right, we know it's not the Chiefs. the Bills. Okay, I've seen some Bills success lately. Still higher overall because we are one of the highest overalls in the team, maybe in the league, maybe the highest overall team. Heading to the end of the game. 7-0, Buffalo having a day. Not looking good for us. 14-0 now. Offense finally scores right before half, clutched up. Huge drive for them, which took a long time as well. And man, all right, 35-7. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. My favorite. Obviously, game's over. I just wanted to come in and use the team before it's all physically over. Before we leave this rebuild with pure sadness. Oh, look at the lineman. Trucking through some players. A positive pitch for once. Griffin on the inside. Not really the guy I'd want out leading. Oh, we're in trouble already. Grounding. Offensive line's terrible. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's the O-line. Maybe offensive line matters more than we thought. I mean, it's not the worst line I've ever had, but it's one of the worst, maybe the worst we've had any season past year 3 this year in rebuilds. Which is, I mean, I would argue saying something. And we just don't have time. We actually do get it up there, though. And that ball is overthrown, but he's got to track that better. Maybe I can see why this offense sucks. I mean, unless the Bills' defense is just that good. But, yeah, this hasn't really gone well. That's a really good find. Not that it matters, but not that it really needed to be a hard find anyways. They just completely left it uncovered, but disappointing. I'm just going to go for it all. I mean, you kind of need to score in seconds. You got 4 guys coming in there instantaneously every play. It really, I mean, these are the sliders we run our Patriots franchise. I mean, one really could argue how we've ever won a Super Bowl, let alone 2. And that just needs to be caught. Perfect ball up there to him. Look at all the backups that are in now. Jefferson 1-on-1. Can you really cover him? Not really. That's a throw and a half. Breaks the tackle on top of that. Would have been an insane touchdown. Don't get me wrong. It's not been a pretty drive, but we are still running this drive, so no excuses from the Bills. I mean, we're like basically yeeting it. That's a high point. It really is not that high. But yeah, that Patriots team we have must be goated. If these are the results we get a lot of the times when we're coming in for a loss situation. And I was about to take it. Oh, he actually has it. Oh, dropped it. Griffin or whoever, I think it was Griffin, inadvertently blocked off the safety, and then the damn receiver drops it. Went with the ag because I didn't think he was going to get it in time. Realized he got the block, but it was too late. We already had the ag chosen. And I don't know what the flag is, but probably on us. Holding, nice. By the way, that cornerback just covered the corner route and the streak at the same time. You are not seeing things. In case you were headed to the dock, no, you're chilling. You're chilling. You're not seeing things at all. I panicked. Good defense, though, by Jefferson. I had the inside. Not that it mattered, but wow, yeah, that defense, though, is pretty legit. I'll give it to him. 35-7. Wow, what a lackluster one. I mean, I suppose every once in a while you kind of need a little humble pie. Otherwise, the apple pie doesn't taste so good. I don't know if that's literally the metaphor or not, but yeah, that's the metaphor today. Can't keep eating apple pie and not get sick of it, you know what I mean? I absolutely don't think that's what the metaphor is, but that's, once again, what we've decided to choose today. We'll show you the results. I mean, we didn't win the Super Bowl, so I mean, it's not like we really did anything. That's where the rebuild's going to end now. 5 seasons to do it. Didn't do it. The team has regressed beyond belief. Chris Jones is literally about to retire. We lost Jacobs. We're on to a new running back. He didn't play that well. He's going to start regressing soon. O-line was a bit bad, but at the same time, it's not that bad, right? 85, 87, 84, 84, and then we don't talk about the right tackle. But let's take a look at some of these players. Kyle Pitts, you know, super fast, never got to superstar. Very close. I would say he was on the cusp every time, right? 700, 800 yards a season for the most part. A little surprised that he actually didn't finish a little bit higher than that. Got a dev up or something. But yeah, Jefferson's kind of ridiculous to look at. Besides that jumping, 99 everything outside of speed and whatnot. I mean, just ridiculous numbers. Really good stiff arm, solid juke. Spin's not super great, but those numbers are ridiculous. The ratings are crazy. Then we, of course, move on to Griffin, who's went from like a 73 to an 88 year one, and then he's getting like 2 overalls up per season after that, which is a bit lackluster in comparison, but still obviously a really good, jump ball, kind of catch it all kind of guy. Unless you're talking about actually in the game physically, then no, not a chance. Breece Hall, 95 overall. No truck, no stiff arm. Well, but not great stiff armor truck, but good. Anyways, Robertson, X Factor, 96 overall. Outside of deep, he's basically maxed. Even deep is, in the 90s. What a player. Let's take a look now at Troy Franklin, because he actually for a while was projecting to be, top 10, top 15 wide receiver in the league. We just found someone better and moved on, but very good. Franklin, 700 to 1,000 yards a season, pretty much on average. We now move on to the defensive side of the ball. Kirby Joseph, one of those defenders. Of course, the speed's kind of been regressing every single season, but he ends up as still a 90-plus overall, which is good. But yeah, safety, more than ever, it seems like not a position worth drafting high, right? Like, we see how many regression points he had. Maybe it was actually like he deserved it, didn't have that good of a season. Maybe they had that built in, but I don't think it is. I think it's just easily like something that's glitched or something they thought was a good idea, which clearly just isn't. It's really stupid. We all know that, numbers don't always tell the full tale of the tape. It's kind of hard to regress somebody that's young in their prime. You got to go full on, honestly. If you want to go with the kind of dynamic ratings and whatnot, you got to go full out. You can't just have a guy drop a couple of ratings near the end of the season for damn no reason at all. You need to make it where it's proper dynamic. I make a 60 overall running back a 79 by the end of the week because of how well they played in a specific game. You don't do it that way, then you shouldn't be touching, ratings regression-wise for players that are really young. You're just picking and choosing randomly then at that point. Because, once again, numbers don't always tell the tale of the tape. Most of the time you see a safety with a lot of tackles, it's usually a bad thing, right? So, the fact that that's probably a pretty big decider in breakouts is kind of crazy. Or I suppose at least dev-ups, I don't know about breakouts. Miller, ratings are ridiculous. Always go for the finesse guy. It's just a freebie. You don't even have to upgrade and let the AI do it. They'll get him to 90+ in all 3 of the styles by the end of, 3-4 years in the league if they're decent. Pharrell, he's already right up there too. Block shedding of a DT. Can't believe how good finesse is this year. For a moment, I was like, in our Patriots franchise, which you'll see a little later today if you're going to watch it, there was a moment where I thought the upgrades were actually kind of downgrades a little bit. They're kind of bad. I was like, oh, maybe they actually made them a little bit more balanced, didn't make them so OP for the specific archetypes, but nope. It was just coincidence, as we could see with the finesse we're seeing in this one. But that is pretty much going to be it for this rebuild. Yeah, I know, a little bit of a disappointing one. We couldn't get past the championship round. That was the championship round we were in, right? Or was that only the divisional? Don't tell me that was only the divisional. I got to check. Do not tell me that was the divisional. Okay, it wasn't. It was. I don't even want to see who wins the Super Bowl. It was the championship round, which I've in the past said that was a win. It's close, especially in a challenge rebuild. It's very close. I would say it's like 50-50. I call this a draw. I call a championship round in this type of rebuild a draw. Other rebuilds, usually an L. But because of the challenge, I'm going to call it a tie, draw. No one wins, even though EA wins every year. And that's pretty much going to be it, though. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support here on the channel. Once again, shout out to Funky Ghost for the suggestion. There's, once again, more other suggestions out there. I took a few of them down, and some of them I maybe missed because I can't remember which one. It was a different rebuild where I had them next up. Couldn't find the actual comment, and then decided to go with this one instead. Not that that was the big deciding factor, but that was just kind of part of it. And I can't find it unless they deleted it. I can't remember what it was, but hopefully, somebody will come up with another idea that's similar to it. Or that person will come back forward and throw that idea in our face, and we'll use it. Also, maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content, where hopefully Indiana Jones will be up at some point. I'm not sure. It's been a little busy. Maybe later today. If not, hopefully tomorrow. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys come back for next video. Let me know what rebuild you want to see next, challenge or not. But until next video, see ya. And once again, shout out to the members of the channel. I appreciate you guys all a ton. If you want to become a member and you haven't already, click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details should be in there. And once again, we are somewhat kind of closing in on our second exclusive rebuild for members only. We already had one on the 15th last month. We'll have one on the 15th this month, so be on the lookout for that. And then maybe become a member if you haven't already, and look out for that. Regardless, member or not, appreciate y'all watching, and see ya.